Hey guys, what's up? So, the Bruins are starting their season tonight. Can't wait. And to help me talk about this is my good friend Chris Reynolds. So Chris, how you doing? And how do the Bruins look right now?
Pretty good today, Richard. Thank you for inviting me to do this video with you. As far as the Bruins look, it's pretty much the same team from last year with the ending of last year with a couple noticeable subtractions. The big one being Marcus Johansson, who left in free agency. But other than that, it really looks to be the same team. So, is another deep playoff run the question? I definitely think it could be. I mean, you got the first lines all back together, same forward group. Tuukka's back, still the best goaltending duo in the league. Anyone who disagrees can fight me on that. But yeah, I think it should be a pretty good year for them. I'm expecting another deep playoff run.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned Tuukka Rask, because I've been wondering. So, I've been hearing every year he's a great regular season goaltender, not so great in the playoffs. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think we can trust him, or is it time to move on?
People say Tuukka's not an elite playoff goaltender, and that's where you're wrong. He is. We don't beat Columbus in the second round if it's not for Tuukka. He outdueled Sergei Bobrovsky in that entire series, and in my opinion, that's the reason why we won that series. We don't get to the Cup if it's not for Tuukka. I'm not even sure we get by Toronto in the first round if it's not for Tuukka. So for those of you saying he's not elite, especially in the playoffs, I wholeheartedly disagree. And as far as is it time to move on from Tuukka, the answer to that is a definite no.
Alright, so last season the Bruins came just short of winning the Stanley Cup. Do you think we can make it back this year? And if so, how do we get there?
It's definitely possible for them to get back to the Cup Final. A lot of it just has to be luck of the draw with the playoff, when the playoff bracket comes out at the end of the season. Like last year, if it wasn't for Columbus upsetting Tampa in the first round, I'm honestly thinking that series with Tampa goes 7 if we did end up playing Tampa, but it depends on how the playoff bracket falls at the end of the season. So, is it possible for them to get back? Yes, it definitely is, but it depends on factors outside of their control.
Those are very good points, Chris. Now, of course, we can't get to the playoffs without a successful regular season, which starts tonight against Dallas. So, what are your thoughts on tonight's game? How do you think we'll do?
First game of the season. Start a 4-game road trip. You're down in Dallas. Old face Tyler Seguin still in Dallas. How's that game going to look? Honestly, I could see that game really going either way. Dallas is a very deep and talented team, much like the Bruins are, and they have their own really good goalie in Ben Bishop, so that should be a really fun and interesting game to watch. Hopefully we pull it out, but it's the first step on a long road, so it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world if they lose, and it's not going to give us the cup if we win. So, like I said, first step on a long road. We'll see what happens.
Alright, all great points again. But is there any way this team needs to improve as of right now? Or are we pretty solid?
Is there anything they could improve on? I mean, right now, I personally think the team's pretty solid. I still think you need another winger on David Krejci's line outside of Jake DeBrusk. I personally think that Carson Kuhlman is going to fit that role fine. I know I might be in the minority with that, but those three played together really well in the playoffs, so you at least got to give him first shot at filling that role.
Thanks so much for coming along with us today, Chris. Hope the Bruins have a great game.
Thanks for having me. Like I said, this was a great idea you had. Thank you for inviting me to do this. It was great, and let's go Bruins, back to the cup.
Well, we all hope so. So, for those of you watching, all you Bruins fans, be sure to check them out tonight at 8:30 on Nesson against the Dallas Stars. Let's go Bruins!